The tsunami of 2004 affected several countries in the Indian Ocean region, with Sri Lanka being one of the worst affected. The wave, which took just seconds to ravage the coastline of several parts of Sri Lanka, left in its wake a trail of death and destruction. It was in this background that Laurence Gouret-Lapèvre, a French journalist and author, decided to initiate a project of putting pen to paper and bringing to life a story set against the backdrop of the tsunami. The book titled La Vague de Nilaveli was launched here in Paris a few days ago, and Madame Gouret-Lapèvre found time to have a chat with us and tell us more about her book.
Yes, why did I choose Sri Lanka? For me, the choice was obvious. Having lived many years in the subcontinent, mainly in Pakistan, I felt terrible when I heard about that news. And when I got the idea of my novel, the choice was very obvious. I would go to Sri Lanka and write the story, in situ, in Colombo. And I was planning to travel in different areas which had been affected by the tsunami. So how came the idea? Why did I decide to write about that tsunami? Actually, I was driving, after Christmas 2004, and I was thinking, I'm sure some people might change their life living such an experience, such a dreadful experience. And I thought about that, maybe a Westerner who had decided to go for holidays, to Asia and experience the tsunami, might decide to change completely their life. Why? Because of certain awareness of the life he was leading before and being rescued from death, actually. He might decide to have a totally different life afterwards. So I took as a main character in my novel a surgeon who was living very happily in Paris, having the best of life, and decided all of a sudden in December 2004 to go just for a rest to Asia, to Sri Lanka. And he experienced actually the tsunami in Nilaveli, on the beach of Nilaveli, and the way he escaped, he escaped from death. It was like a miracle, and in that miracle he could manage to save the life of a little Sri Lankan girl as well, and being rescued by some actually Tamil people in Sri Lanka, he decided to completely change his life. He realized the life he was having in Paris was not bringing him happiness. It was a comfortable life in a materialistic sense, but it was not fulfilling actually his dreams and not giving him harmony in his life. So he decided not to go back to France after the tsunami and to remain in the country, to help the people, to save life, to really become one of those doctors working for NGOs. And then the story goes on. I'm not going to tell you everything about the book, otherwise you wouldn't read it maybe. But it's like becoming aware that you can have many choices in life, many walks of life, and you really need to have the courage to choose what really gives you happiness and harmony. Sometimes it's very difficult to make those choices, but if you escape from death, then you realize that life is short and you really need to make the choice which makes you feel very happy. So this is about the story. So I wrote the book in Colombo. I was very happy there. People were extremely nice to me, very helpful. I met with many doctors, Sri Lankan doctors, who were working in camps, helping refugees. Then I traveled the country, I visited different places, and really I was thinking, if this book ever comes out really, and if it works, I will try to do something for the country and to help those children mainly. I felt deep sympathy for all those poor people who had been so badly affected by the tsunami. So, of course, visiting the country, I really fell in love with it for so many reasons. First of all, the culture. It's such an interesting country with so many different cultures, influences, European influences, and different religion. You have Buddhism, you have Hinduism, you have Muslim, you have Christians. It's really a melting pot of culture and history. And the nature of the people is absolutely great. They are extremely warm people. They welcome you, they open their door and houses for you. So I really had a great time. Fortunately enough, now all the political problems are solved. I was there in 2006, then the situation deteriorated, but now things are settled, and really I encourage everybody to visit that country, which is so rich in every walks of culture. And the landscape, I just remember being in Kandy and being absolutely amazed by the nature and all the festivals, and so many things are, you know, and you have so many vestige, archaeological vestige, you have everything in the country. And on top of it, like I said, you love the country for its people, and I really fell in love with Sri Lanka. This is it.